Hello guys, it's Faith here again. And it's been a long time. Uh, yeah, I want to apologize for for not being so busy at work. So that's fine. In this tutorial, we're going to build an hotel listing or restaurant listing API using C# and ASP.NET Core. And this time around, we're not using Dapper like I used in my last video. We're going to use Entity Framework Core, and we are going to build the API. Um, with this, we had pagination too. So we had pagination and that pagination will just make the response to look like so here, like those here. So the response will give us count, will give us the page, give us current page and restaurants. Okay, and this is what our restaurant schema looks like. Hotel schema. We do for hotel and restaurant actually. So and each hotel and restaurant we have their own review. Actually, hotel and restaurant we have their own review. So let's just go ahead and into Visual Studio and create a new project, and let's make it an ASP.NET Core web application. Okay, let's make sure we select ASP.NET Core web application and call it let's say travel anywhere, travel anytime public APIs, travel anytime public APIs. Let's imagine this fictitious company, our company travel anytime, and now we are releasing some of our APIs that to for people to use to. So we're going to create that API now. So click create, and the next thing is Visual Studio is going to ask us what format of project do we want it to generate? Is it an API or an MVC? So I'll just go for an API right now. So select API and click create also. And click create. Okay, nice. So to start modeling our entities, yeah, we have a restaurant, we have a hotel, and then we have a review actually. So for each of them actually. So nice. So let's this is what our hotel schema looks like. Let's say restaurant hotel schema. This is what our hotel JSON schema looks like right now, actually, and that is yeah. So this is what it looks like. So we want to first create a models folder. Let's add new folder in our project and call it models. Okay, nice, cool. So let's create a class, class add class hotel, add class of call hotel. Okay, and then let's add another class called restaurant. So we're going to be giving this API that we have a list of all hotels or restaurants, yeah, in the world, yeah, so to speak, yeah. Okay, so let's create another view. I want restaurant review, restaurant review. I want restaurant review. I want restaurant review, and I want hotel review too, because hotel we have his own reviews, and our restaurant entity too we have his own review. So let's go for hotel review this time around. So hotel review, okay, nice, cool. So now let's go ahead to convert our JSON schema into to a sort of into C# object. So there's a tool I use online. You can come over here and write all the properties one by one. I mean public int id. You can come over here to write them one by one, but I want to show you these two JSON to C#.com. So just paste in your valid JSON object here and then convert. It's going to convert it to C# code for you. A C#, yeah. plain old C# objects. Nice, cool. So you can see this is our hotel, and then okay, restaurant. We're going to use basically the same properties for both hotel and restaurant. They look similar, right? So cool, nice. So let me copy this guy and put this as the properties for hotel. Yeah. So I want to come here and put this, excuse me, um okay, and paste this guy here. Nice, cool. So okay, so before I fill for restaurant, etc., so I want to set some things. I want to annotate this ID as our key. So this is very important. I mean, yeah, although entity framework core is smart enough to know that the ID is your primary key, so but it doesn't hurt to tell it also. So I also want to annotate this model as our table, as yeah, I want to specify the table name. So that will be hotels, hotels. The table name, I want it to be hotels, right? Okay, cool. So bring in the necessary namespace, system.component model.data annotations.schema. Okay. The ID is required. Entity framework, this is absolutely not necessary. Entity framework knows this already. So if you didn't put it, it's not bad. You understand? So list of, okay, this is hotel, right? So this would be a list of hotel review, hotel review. Nice, cool, great. Okay, so we want to come here and copy. Want to come to JSON to C# and copy for each review. We have, so for hotel review, let's do for hotel review first. Nice. So okay, I want to paste in these properties and change this to hotel ID. This is reviews for hotels. I want to annotate this as a table in my database, and then I want to call the table hotel reviews. Hotel reviews. You can say hotel reviews table wherever you give it. Yeah. So and then I want to make this guy our primary key, which is logical. Nice, is understandable. Then after that, I want to make it is required, bring the necessary using, so data annotation, and then it's sort of required, that is, it cannot be null, which yeah, Entity Framework does for you already. Nice. So this is a review, hotel review, right? So the same thing basically for restaurant review. So I'm going to copy this guy. We only just need to change the hotel to restaurant. So restaurant ID. Nice. Okay, restaurant ID. So I want to annotate the class as a table. It's a table of restaurant reviews, restaurant reviews, restaurant reviews, and bring in the necessary using. I also want to define this restaurant ID is a foreign key that represents the restaurant for whom we are writing a review. So you also need to put a public type of restaurant here, okay, and call it restaurant, okay, and then define the getter and setter, and then just come up above it and define the foreign key in the database. Use the foreign key attribute and define this guy up here, this restaurant ID, as its foreign key. Okay, so that explicitly tells Entity Framework Core that this guy is the foreign key for this restaurant property here. Okay, so let's do the same thing for hotel review too. Nice, cool. So we want a hotel property down here. Want a hotel property down here, hotel, and then we want to call it HOTEL. Okay, and then okay, that's it. And then we want to define this guy as the foreign key for this hotel property that we are defining here. So write foreign key, and it takes the value of, of this hotel ID that you have defined up. Okay. Okay, cool. So now we have our models. The models are all fine now. Great. Okay. Hotel, restaurant, two. Okay, we have not filled for restaurants. Nice. So we can just copy what's in hotels because they have basically the same stuff. So we want to use the same properties for them. So hotel for restaurants, we want to put this here, put all the properties here. Then use the necessary namespaces. Okay, I want to annotate this table as restaurants. So this is the name is going to look for in your database every time it's dealing with it. So okay, cool. So now we have our models correctly now. Now entity framework core is an object relational mapper. So as you have objects here, the meaning is that it maps your C# objects with your data in your database. So it will map this guy to something in the database. So to do that, you need a data context, a DbContext. So to make our DbContext, let's create a new folder and call it data access layer. And say DAL. Yes, DAL. Okay, so we have our DAL. Now let's create our DbContext class. So add a new class and call it data context. And data context. Okay, data context, and then hit enter. And then that data context, firstly, it extends DbContext. So DbContext is from entity framework. So you need to bring in entity framework into your project. So let's go to manage Nuget packages for solution, and then try to include entity framework core. So I usually like to select entity framework core for SQL Server, which has a lot of things inside it. So that's entity framework core, so on like that. So I'll install, select your project and install. And okay, nice. So now let's bring in the user now. You should see using Microsoft.EntityFrameworkCore. Nice, cool. So this is, you have defined your DbContext. It needs a constructor. You can just press CTOR and hit tab twice. Bam, bam. Okay, nice, great. So and then we define a DbContext options, and then we pass in the name of our DbContext, which is data context that we defined. Okay, and the property is called options, and then it extends a base abstract of options. Nice, cool. So after this, okay, what you should now do is to define your DB set. So those are representation of your tables. Yeah. So public DB set, find them as a property, passing all your models one by one. So this is hotels table. Okay, so let's bring in the namespace for the models. Can you see using TravelAnytime public API models? Okay, right. And we do the same for the remaining models. So DB set for restaurants. Okay, then that is restaurant. Okay, we'll do the same thing for the review guys now. So public DB set. So for hotel review now, hotel review. So do hotel reviews. Call the name of the table, hotel reviews. Okay, nice. Okay. Now we do the same for restaurant review too. So you do this for all your models. DB set and then restaurant review. So and then we call the name of the table restaurant reviews. Restaurant reviews. Nice. Define the getter and setter. Okay, nice. Now we have defined our DbContext. So what we want to come and do is to make some configuration in our startup.cs inside the so come to your startup.cs and come to the dependency injection um yeah portion here, and then you are going to add a DbContext. You are going to do a services dot add DbContext, and then we pass in the name of our DbContext. So what's the name? DataContext, right? Okay, copy that and paste it in here. Okay, and then that takes an options. So options dot use SQL Server. Use SQL Server. This is where we are telling Entity Framework to connect our DbContext, whatever we define inside this DbContext, to a database. Now we are telling you use Microsoft SQL Server. So this is Microsoft SQL Server. I mean, this is the management studio actually. So nice, nice, cool. So so what we should define here now, let me bring in the necessary namespaces. So Microsoft.EntityFrameworkCore, yes. And for data context, we should bring in the namespace for data context to public API.dal. Nice, cool. So what we want to define here is the connection string for this SQL server. We want to tell it how to connect to it. So we use the global configuration manager configuration dot get connection string. Okay, and we want to define that connection string. So what's the name? What's the key of that connection string? So that connection string needs to be in your config file, which is appsettings.json. And then that means we need to define a connection string session here. Okay, nice. And the meaning of these connection strings mean that you can have multiple, can have connections to many DB. So let's call this travel anytime DB connection. Travel anytime DB connection. Okay, and the value is okay. So I want to define the server. So you can come here and come and create a DB and then copy the connection string and paste it here. So, but we are using a code first approach. So Entity Framework Core will create the DB for us and do every other things for us, run the migration, etc. So my server, I know the name of my server is my computer name, BigLab L022, and then appended is SQL Express. Okay, and then I want the name of the database is not created already. So Entity Framework Core will use this information to create the database. So let's call it travel. I actually want to copy this guy here and use this guy. Right. So copy, and then this will be the name of my database. And then I also want to set, because it's on my local DB, I want to set trusted connection to true because I don't have a username and password. So trusted. So I don't want to have a user ID and password for logging in. So I want no security. Of course, you don't do this in production environment. So and then define multiple active result sets, which is optional. It's at least for development purpose. So multiple active result sets equals to true. Okay, it's our connection string. Okay, now travel anytime DB. Okay, so copy the connection string and then come to startup.cs and then pass it in this get connection string method. Okay, so I think we Should be looking good now. So now the next thing you want to do is to run your migration for the first time. So to run migrations, you come to Tools and come to Nuget Package Manager and open the Package Manager console. And this is the Package Manager console. So we use a particular command. Is add migration, and then the name of your migration, name of migration. So the name you want migration to come out. However, this command will not go now because I need to add another Nuget package. So name of migration. So it cannot go. It's going to give me red. In fact, let me demonstrate that. So let me hit enter. It's going to give me an error. I can't use this tool. So I have to add Microsoft.EntityFrameworkCore.tools, my Nuget package. Can you see? So first I need to add entity framework or.tools. So type search entity frame again, and then I'll scroll down to check for .tools. Okay, .tools. So we're looking for .tools. Yeah, this guy right here. Okay. So select your project and hit install. Okay, so it's installed now. So let's come to Tools, Nuget Package Manager, and you can run that migration again. So create it, name of migration. You can call it initial migration, but let me go with name of migration, and then hit enter. And Entity Framework is going to create a migration for you. First, you will now see a new folder created in your project called migrations, and put your migration there. So can you see it's creating tables from your models? Can you see table column? And you can specify if you don't want this end virtual marks, you can specify the length of each of these property using column. So you can just do using column attribute, and then just say so can just say type name type name equals to end virtual 255. You can specify that. Entity framework we understand, but because we did not specify, that's why it uses end virtual marks for all of them. So we created all the tables. Nice. So to reflect the changes in your database, to make it create the database for you, so you need to run another command, package manager console, and then run update database and hit enter. So this time it's going to create a DB for you in your SQL Server called TravelAnytime DB, and of course it's done now. It's done. So if I come to my databases in my local server and just refresh, I should see a TravelAnytime DB created for me now. So can you see TravelAnytime DB? And let's expand and see the tables inside it. Okay, please load. Come on. I don't know why it's taking so long. Okay, can you see hotel reviews, restaurant reviews, and let me select top 1000 from this guy. These are the columns. We don't have anything here yet. Nice. So of course, and then the same for hotel review. Okay, so what we want to do now is to now we have this. So you now want to create your controller now. Now. So to create a controller, we can do it automatically. Can let Visual Studio generate a controller for us, and we can write it ourselves. So let me teach you how to add a controller. So just come to the controller folder and select add, and then select controller. Then since we are having an API project, so you want to select this API controller with actions using the entity framework. So it's going to scaffold a controller from your model and from your DbContext. So then let's click add. Then you want to select your model class. Let's call it hotel. Let's first write the hotel controller. Then select your data context, which is DB data context, and then what's the name of your controller going to be? Your test controller. I'm fine with this name. So yeah, I'll click add. Then it's going to install some packages, which we we do not have already. That's Visual Studio Code Generation. So so it's creating the controller for us. Okay, nice. It's ready now. So these are our test controller and these are all the endpoints on it. You can see a get or so on like that. So let's do the same for restaurants and for the reviews too. So API controller with actions using entity framework core, and then I want to select restaurant. Nice. So restaurant control. I want to click add. Okay, so it's done with hotels. So I want to do the same for the review guys too, hotel review and restaurant review. So let's go first with hotel review. Nice. Okay. Hotel reviews controller. Nice. Okay, and I want to do for restaurant reviews. Lastly, so restaurant review. Nice here. Okay. Click add. So after adding all the controllers, let's go ahead to test it out. Yeah, that will be the testing stage. The testing. So we're going to test it. Yeah, it has created our controller for us. So let's test, and by that means you have to sort of just run our code. Let's first run and see what we have. So the route is API/controller. Okay. Okay. So it's running our code now. So API slash the name. So okay. Okay. Let's put API slash hotels, and we're going to get an empty array because we don't have anything in the database already. So can you see the same for restaurants? Okay, so we want to come to Postman and add some items. So let's create a new collection. Let's create a new collection and we want to call it travel YouTube travel anytime collection. YouTube travel anytime collection. Okay, enter, and then now you have a so YouTube travel anytime connection. So let's add a request and paste in our URL. Okay, API slash hotels. Let me send the get again. So I want to create a body raw and then JSON, and then I want to I mean so I want to use this guy to fill it in. So I actually need
all this stuff here, hotel for our hotel. So I will remove the reviews because we're not going to be adding that now. So the reviews, don't need you for now. Sorry. Okay, cool. Nice. So this is how a basic hotel will be. We don't need to pass in the ID. It's auto generated, and let's make it a post request and see if it actually adds it to our database. So send. Okay, McDonald's hotel. Okay, bravo. Okay, if you come to hotels, we should see one guy now. Okay, McDonald's, nice. So I want to add four more. Okay, so I want to add Sheraton, Sheraton hotels. The slug, I want to make it Sheraton. Okay, amazing hotel. Okay, so I want to send the post again. Okay, nice. So okay, cool. So I want Premier Hotel. Premier. I want to send a post and it adds it for us. Nice, cool. So so the next thing we want to do is okay, I'm trying to add another guy. Vent Van de Bourgeois. Okay. So okay, I want to hit send. I want to add Francis de Gaulle Hotel in Paris. Um, okay, so nice. So I want to now we should have like 4 or 5 in our database now. So let me execute. Okay, so now we have 5. Great. So I want to do the same for restaurants, and yeah, I want to do the same for restaurants. I actually need this guy. Okay, okay, let me see. Um, donuts, donuts, um, donuts. This is just test data. So I want to hit send. Okay, created it for us. So this is the first restaurant. And then I want to add Burger King, Burger King. Then hit send. Okay, nice. I also want to add Domino's, Domino's. Yeah, I want to add Domino's and hit send. Okay, now we have 3 restaurants. Nice, cool. Okay, so for the reviews, for the review guys, let me create another request point now and copy this URL. So for hotel review, that will be, I think it will be hotel reviews. Hotel, what's the name of the controller? Um, okay, hotel reviews. Yeah, that's how it's going to be.
hotel reviews and hit a send, they get now. So it's still empty, right? Good. So the body, let's create so for hotel, um I think review takes let me look at the model again. Hotel review takes author, email, body, hotel ID, and timestamps. Nice. Okay, so author, okay, it's gonna be me, author, email, John Doe at gmail.com. Okay, author is going to be me, Propenster, okay, email, and then body. So I want to add, so this is the first review for hotel one. Nice. So go to add this for the first hotel one, and text email body, hotel ID. Nice. Hotel_ID, and I want it to be for hotel one, and then the timestamps. So I'm going to copy the timestamps from this one here. So copy, then paste it here. Okay, I think that's all. Author, email, body, hotel ID, timestamp. Great, cool. So I want to send this. So change to post request and then send it. Okay, it has created a review for this hotel. Okay, so I want to add 3 for the first hotel, second review for hotel one. So I want to add the second review for hotel one. Okay, and then the third one for hotel one. Okay, for hotel two, this is the first review for hotel two, and then hotel ID change it to 2. Okay, nice. And then this is the second for, I want hotel 2 to have just 2 reviews. And then hotel 3, do we have 3 hotels? Hotels, we have, in fact, we have 5. Okay, and then this is the first for hotel 3. Hotel 3, change it to 3, not 23. Okay, let me show you the response. This is the response there. Okay, this is the second for hotel 3, and then the third for hotel 3, and then the fourth for hotel 3. I want 3 to have 4. So for hotel 4, first for hotel 4, so passing the hotel ID as 4 and hit send. I want 4 and 5 to have just 2. Yeah, 2 is not bad. 2 reviews each. So for hotel 5, so first for hotel 5. So we're just trying to seed our DB and make sure we have some data in it, so that we'll be able to demonstrate pagination and so on. So second, so because we implement pagination, for example, when we have hundreds of hotels and so on, and so pagination will make things a little clearer, don't you think? So let me do for restaurant review, change the URL, website URL to restaurant reviews. Restaurant reviews. Nice. So this is, so I have 3 restaurants right now, right? So this is the first review. It's still a post request for restaurant one. Restaurant one. So I want restaurant 1 to have 3 reviews actually. So change this is no longer hotel ID but restaurant underscore ID. So it's in our model. It's in our model. Restaurant reviews. Sorry. Restaurant ID. This guy. Okay. So for restaurant 1, let's hit send. Okay. So this is for restaurant 1. Nice. So second for restaurant 1 and third for restaurant 1. So we have 3 restaurants. I think we have 3 restaurants. Let me see. Let me confirm. Okay, we have just 3 of them. McDonald's, Burger King, and Domino's. Okay, so now we have 3 for restaurant 1. So this is the first review for restaurant 2. Nice. So we want restaurant 2 to have 2 reviews. 2 reviews. Then this is the second restaurant ID 2, correct? This is the second for restaurant 2, and then for restaurant 3. Restaurant 3, I want the first for it, then change restaurant ID to 3, and then hit post. Okay. Second for restaurant 3, and then hit post, send again. Nice. Now we have a lot of data now. So if you take a get on restaurant reviews, you have plenty data. Okay. So if you take a get on all restaurants, yeah, you have 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 I mean 1 2 3. Okay. So now the next thing we want to do is to for reviews under restaurant. I'm looking at the restaurant right now. For reviews, you want to show the reviews in this JSON. You want to show it like we have it in our JSON schema here. You want to show these reviews. So Entity Framework has a way of doing that. So just come to restaurant controller. We do for hotels too. So stop execution. Then and then for restaurants, so you want to do in this get all for restaurants. So you want to do that include. You want to include. Okay, before the to list async, you want to include. I'm passing a link query x dot include x dot I mean restaurant review include review. Okay, it's still using hotel review, right? Oh, that's an anomaly. Restaurant should use restaurant review such that restaurant review, sorry. So I think let me see. Okay, yeah. So come back to your controller, and this is all you need to do, such that anytime when you run the get now, you will have a review array for all reviews belonging to this particular restaurant. So now let's run again and try it. Let's run again and see if restaurants include all reviews now. I'm thinking if I do I need to run my migrations again. This is really not too consequential. Okay, so let's try to send the get to this restaurant again. Okay, so system.json exception. So it's because we're trying to include this guy, which is another model, another property. So to fix that, you need to add two things. You need to add two things, two Nuget packages. You need to add one that is, I think, Microsoft.ASP netcore.mvc dot I think Newtons of JSON, and then you need to add Newtons of JSON. So I will show you how to do that now. Now let's go into our solution and then manage Nuget packages for solution. Let's try to add this Microsoft. So I want to add this Microsoft ASP.NET Core.mvc.Newtons of JSON. I want to add it. Select your project and install. And I also want to add Newtons.json itself to my project. So Newtons.json, then nice. So select your project and then install. Okay, so after you had it, now you come to your startup.cs, and then where you had services.add controllers, because you are using an API project, web API. So you want to add Newtons of JSON. Want to type add Newtons soft JSON. Okay, you want to say X or wherever, or C or wherever, X dot serializer settings. First, let me bring in the Microsoft ASP.NET Core Newtonsoft package. Add Newtonsoft JSON. Okay, X dot serializer settings. Settings dot reference loop handling. Dot reference loop handling, and then want to set that to equals to Newtonsoft.json dot reference loop handling dot ignore. Okay, add Newtonsoft JSON. Add Newtonsoft JSON. Okay, is it not installed? Let me check it again. Let me check if it's installed or not. Add Newtonsoft JSON. It should just work. Add okay, coming. Let's use IntelliSense. Dot add JSON options. Sorry, I was saying add JSON options. Oops. X is okay. JSON serializer options. Okay, JSON serializer options. Okay, x.json serializer options. So options.serializer settings. Options.serializer settings. I don't know why it's not working. So add new things of JSON. Okay, let me construct this again. Um, okay, options, options dot this is serializer options. Options.json serializer options. Okay. Okay. So add JSON options and then options dot JSON serializer options. Let me be sure that I've added it. Let me be sure I've added that package Microsoft dot. Okay, it's not added. That's why. Okay. Um, Microsoft, is it installed? Ah, it was not actually installed. That's why. Sorry. Okay. I hope it's installed now. It's not compatible with okay netcore 3.1. That's why. Okay. So let's take 3.1.11. So it said 5.0 is not compatible with netcore 3.1. So let's click OK and then accept. So sorry. Then let's come back to our dependency injection and just okay. So add dot add nifty soft JSON. Okay, and then so I want to say x is x dot serializer settings dot reference loop handling. It is equals to nifty soft dot JSON dot reference loop handling dot ignore. Can you see that we didn't have to do a lot of work? So it was not added to my project in the first place because I was trying to add a version of this Microsoft MVC.NewtonSoft 5.04 to a netcore 3.1 project. So nice. So let's try to run now and see if we have stopped getting this error of system.test.json. So let me run the code. Okay. Okay, nice. So let's send this get request again and see what happens now. Okay, cool. So we are not getting that error again. And here you can see your reviews are included as part of your restaurant. So let's do the same for hotel too. Let's do the same for hotel. I'm going to stop execution here. Going to stop execution and just go to controller and include it and come to the get all here. Hotels dot include before the to list async. So include x dot hotel reviews. Reviews. I think it's called the property name is reviews. Nice, nice. Okay. So save and where's the hotel API slash hotels API slash hotels. So I'm going to run save save and save and run the project. Let's see what we have. Okay, so I want to put hotels here. Nice. So send the get and let's see. Okay, hotel. So for this hotel one, these are all the reviews for it. Hotel one has 3 reviews actually. So hotel, and then for hotel two, let's see how many reviews it has. It has 2 reviews actually, and for hotel three, it has 5 reviews I think. So this is it. The next thing we want to do in our project now is to I think pagination. Is it pagination? So okay, so we have tested the API. We want to add pagination now. So now to add pagination, pagination is such that you're going to have something added in the parameter like page equals to 1 and results per page equals to 10. So that's what we want to add. So of course we want to make our response to look like it does. That our response when you send a get for all restaurants, you don't just get just this. You get it in a beautiful response format like this where you have the count, you have the per page, you have the current page, which these two guys still talk about pagination, and then you have restaurants in an array. So I'll first go ahead to create this response model. So let's come and stop execution. So right now we're doing pagination now. So in this model, yeah, let me add them in models too. So I want to call the class paged response or paginated response. So paginated response, paginated response, paginated response, and then you want to hit enter. And then the paginated response, we take a generic type of T. And then what are some of the data that are going to be here? So we'll have it will have a count data, which is an integer. To have a per page, which is an integer too. To have a current page integer, and then a restaurant list of restaurants. The same thing for hotels too. We have the same thing for hotels. So you want to define them here. Public int. We have find the getter and setter. Okay, and then we want to do the same for per page. Per page, you want it to look exactly like that format. So public int per underscore page. Okay, public int I think results per page or so. Results. Okay. Okay. Our page is actually current page. Okay. So our page is actually current page. So current page, and then we define the getter and setter for the property. So what is the first guy called? Per page. Okay, per page. And then we want to have this generic type public t, and I think property is restaurants. So restaurants, um, we are going to do the same for hotels. Yeah, because we want to make it custom tailored. So we'll replicate this page for hotels too. So okay. So the other thing you want to do is create a constructor, and then so passing int count, okay, int per page, and then int current underscore page, and then t type of restaurant, and then you want to set them this dot count equals to count, this dot per page equals to per page, and then this dot current page equals to current page, and then this dot restaurants equals to restaurants. Nice, we're done with our response data. So for restaurants, we want to copy this same guy, kind of just copy this guy. Yeah, I want to copy everything inside here and create the same class for hotel too. Because we want to make it tailored. We could have used just one and just pass this t, this generic type will just be items, which can represent both hotels and you know what? Let's make it like that. This is repetition, so let's prevent repetition. T items, okay. T items, okay. We should not be repeating ourselves and replicating the same page over and over again. It's not a good practice. Okay. So I mean best practice is reusability because we are doing object-oriented programming using C#. So items, so it's going to stand for both restaurants and hotels. So this is the response wrapper. For the pagination, I want to create another class called pagination filter. I want to call it pagination filter.cs, pagination filter.cs, and this guy takes two things, per page and what per page and current page. Nice. So it takes two integer variables per page. Okay, define getter and setter for it. And then I also want to define current underscore page. Okay, okay, nice. So now we have these two guys. So we want to create a constructor for it. So first an empty no args constructor, and we'll set the per page. The default per page is maximum of 10, or let's use maximum of 2, so that we can be able to demonstrate this pagination, see that it works. And then current page, we want to set it to, that is, if anything is not, if nothing is passed, we want to set current page will be page 1. Okay, and then we want to create another constructor that has arguments this time around. So we're going to set int per page, and then integer of current page. So here we're going to make some rules. We're going to set some rules. First, per page must not be greater than 10. So we set that by doing this dot per page equals, so we use a ternary operator. So per page, if it's trying to be greater than 10, if it's tending to be greater than 10, we should set it to 10, and then else it should just be the value that it is. Okay, we're done. That's an if statement right there. And then for current page, the current page cannot be less than 1. We cannot have a page 0 or page minus 1. So current page, if it's trying to be less than 1, we should set it to be 1, else it should just be itself. Okay, nice. We are done with this. Now to make these changes now, it's not yet reflecting. So you need to come to your controller for hotels and for restaurant too. So let's do for hotel first. Hotels controller. So this your getter. We're going to make the change in our getter. So and then first you are going to pass in a from query, a some parameters from query. Okay, and then there will be a type of pagination filter. Pagination filter, nice. Pagination filter, call it filter. Okay, okay, nice. And then you will come and define an anonymous variable called valid page filter. Valid page filter, valid page filter, and we call it it's a new type of pagination filter. And then the values it takes are the values from our filter pagination filter that is set in the request parameter. But the first thing is per page, and then filter dot current page. Nice. So this is a valid filter now. So because it will use our rules that we set in our pagination filter. And then to now make the change, you want to come and set your hotels hotel data. Let's call this hotel data equals to await context.this.include, and after include, just draw it down. I want to put a skip command. Yeah, skip command. EntityFramework has a skip command. And what are we skipping? We want to skip this valid page filter dot per page. Okay, -1 dot per page -1. It's a sort of calculation times valid page filter dot current page, and then we are skipping this, and then to take this, and then we are taking dot take valid page filter dot current page. Okay, nice. Okay, so okay, to list, and then we put a dot to our to list async, and then wow, all the errors go away. So the next thing, we want to define our count of the total objects, count total, count of the total hotels returned. So count total, that will be await. We need to await these two. Of course, we use asynchronous. So await context underscore context dot I think hotels. We are in hotels now. Hotels controller. Hotels dot count asynchronously, count async. So it will get the total number of hotels in our database. So now to return a response to the user in this format, we have already created a response wrapper we call it paginated response, this guy here. Okay, so we will now return this response as this. So return okay, http okay status new paginated response, and it takes a list of our, it takes a list of our hotels. So list takes a list of hotels. Remember that we are passing a generic type inside here, so that's why it's taking a list of hotel model, list of hotel, and then you want to pass in your count. So our count here is now our count total. So copy it, paste it in here. So what other parameter is it taking? It's taking per page too. So you pass in valid page filter dot per page. Okay, it's also taking current page, so that valid page filter dot current page, and then it's not taking your data that is actually returned from the DB. Excuse me. That is not taking, and this is our data, hotel data. So then you pass in hotel data, and so let's test this out for hotels before we do for restaurants. Nice. Okay, so save and run again. Okay, nice. So hotel is up, hotel, and our definition of our pagination filter is going to take two parameters. So let me pick definition. So it's taking per page and current page. So we pass in the query per page. So you are telling it that fetch per page this number of items. So fetch, I want you to fetch two per page so that I will know that the pagination works. And the current page is now, is it current page? I think it's current page. Current underscore page is now page one. And then we send the get and see it work. Okay, nice. So you can see count. These are the total number of hotels that we have in our database. Let me come to hotels again. We have just 5 of them. Nice. And then current, just two items, just two items here. Two hotel items here. Okay, can you see with their reviews? Okay, okay. How many hotels do we have here? Okay, item two. Okay, per page. Is it per page? I think it's per page. Yeah. Okay, this is not per page. If it's greater than 10, it should be 10. If it's less than 10, it should be 10. Greater than 10, it should just be per page. Just be per page. Okay, nice. Let's see. There's some fault in our dot current page. Okay, should skip this and take this. Okay, so per page two, per page two, and current ones. Okay, so if I do page two, so what do we have in page two? Current page one, page two is three guys. Okay, okay, page two is two guys. It's two guys actually. Page two, and then okay, yeah. Now I know what's up. Now I know what's up. So we're looking for each page. We're looking to grab for each page two, that two of the items, and then let me see. And for page one, we got just one. So per page is Okay, so what about page one? And then page one, let me see what's wrong with it. Okay, this is one. Okay, per page of one, and then the current page one. So current page two should give us the second item. Okay. Okay, current page. Okay, there's a fault wrong with our logic. So pagination filter, okay, per page of two, current page one. How about, I'm coming, excuse me, control. Okay, okay, how about I comment this out and see what's up. Okay, now I know what's up. Yeah, yeah, this is the problem. This is the problem. This is the problem. This is the problem. I know the problem. So is in this pagination filter. This pagination filter, I'm just saying per page, which is supposed to be this dot per page and this dot current page. That's why it's not working. So most probably it should be why. So it's just setting it like this. So it should work now. Should. So per page one, current page. Okay, items ID per page two, current page one. Okay, items for hotel page and current page. Okay, per page is greater than 10, it's less than 1, set it to be this, else it should be just current page. Yeah, I guess it works actually. Should skip this guy. Okay, this is I think this should be current page. Must have made a mistake. Page. This should be per page. Okay. Now let me run this again now. So it should be current page. Yeah. Oops. Okay. Let's go again. Okay, yeah. And for restaurants, oh, we have not done for restaurant. Let's do the same for restaurant. So let's do the same for restaurants. Let's do the same thing for restaurants and just so let's come here and we actually can actually copy this whole thing. Can actually copy this whole thing and then come to restaurants controller and then just paste it here. So we just need to change this to restaurants, restaurants. Okay, then reviews. So and then we had a query from okay from query. So we have the from query of type pagination filter. We call it filter. Okay, cool. So tell restaurants, restaurant data, restaurant data, and we're skipping this guy. Then copy and paste it here, and then list of restaurants, restaurants, list of restaurants. Okay, okay. So I want to go ahead and do that. Okay, and then we change this count to restaurants dot count async. So to count total. Okay, after we have changed that, okay, then return paginated response, return paginated response. Um, okay, and then let's try to run the code now. So let's get the same guy API restaurants, and then it takes a per page of per underscore page of 2 and current page and current page current page of how many current underscore page 1 and say get let's see. So per page okay per page and then let's see it's not correct. Okay, let me come to the controller and it's not correct, it's not giving us 2, so we're supposed to skip okay current page, the current page -1. Okay, the current page minus 1 times the current page minus 1 times the um, normal page each item on the page, and then we're supposed to just take per page. Oh, you're supposed to just take per page. Sorry, you're supposed to just take per page. That is why it's not working. That's why it's not working. That's why it's not working. Yeah, let me run it again. You're supposed to take the number per page actually. So per page. So we're supposed to take per page. Let's go again. Let's have another try. Okay, nice. Can you see it works now? So we have two now. So if we take 5 per page and current page is 1, so it's going to put 5 of them on this page. Nice, nice, cool, cool. Okay, so but we have just 3 of them. That's why. So hotels. So let's do the same thing. Oh, on page 2, okay, we need to fix that here too. So we need to take per page. Yeah, for hotel controller, we need to take per page. That's the problem. Okay, nice. Okay, so of course, yeah, that's it. And well, the last but not the least, okay, I did not demonstrate how you will send get, send a put, and so on like that. Yeah, yeah, of course, you know how to do that. Like just for hotels, let me send this get request again. So per page, you should get 2 on a page. So if we set three per page, okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's done. And the last thing we want to do is to add Swagger documentation to our API. And, um, this video is already very long, so okay, I've demonstrated post and get now. Let me see if I can do a put. See if I can do a put. Um, I'm going to copy this guy so that I use it. So let me see if I can do a put. So of course, put come to the controller for these hotels, right? Okay. So for the put, put was generated for you too. So you pass in the ID, takes the ID and pi slash hotels slash ID. I want to change the value of hotel one. Okay, so you make it a put request and then you pass this in the body. Uh, I want to take the reviews away because I don't want to update the reviews. So let's change this to McDonald's. Let's change this to McDonald's updated. Let's change the name to McDonald's to 31st of March and excuse me. Okay, yeah, install. I hit install again. See now. Okay, accept. Okay, accept. Okay, now we have swashbuckle. So all we need to do is to configure it in our dependency injection, and I am going to add it here as services dot add swagger gen. Services dot add swagger gen, and I want to call it v1 actually. Okay, yeah, I just want to pass in the name of a project here. So what's the name? Travel Anytime API. Doing something wrong. Okay, option dot add swagger doc. Okay, and then we want to just use it here. After use swagger, then app dot use swagger UI. Use swagger UI. After use swagger UI. Okay, so and then you want to do first before okay options, swagger endpoint, and then you want to configure the URL of the swagger endpoint. So but before I do that, let's say swagger slash v1 dash json, then call it true travel anytime API. So okay, so but before this swagger json, before this, let me define a prefix variable, so which is equals to string dot is null or empty, options dot out prefix is empty, So prefix will be dot. If it's not empty, prefix will be dot dot. So I want to put prefix here, and then I want to do string interpolation. Then I just do prefix. Okay. So prefix this and this, and then we have not added Swagger doc. Let me see. Swagger doc, Swagger documentation. Excuse me. Swagger doc, and we need to add Swagger doc here. So V1 version 1, then takes other Microsoft dot OpenAPI dot models dot info, API info, then okay. So I want to define the title. The title is backend for how do I call it? Travel anytime backend. Anytime backend. Excuse me. API. And then version takes version 2. Version is V1. And then it takes what else? It takes description. Description. This is our demo backend API doc for a company, travel company. And then it also takes license MIT. Yeah, license actually has a open API license. So I'm not going to add license because I need to add another object. So I just want to add contact. So contact is new open API contact. New open API contact. And then that's another object again. Okay. So the name is Propenstar. Excuse me, Propenstar, and then email is at github.com, and then takes a URL which is a new URI. It's a new URI object, and then you pass it in https github.com/Propenstar. Okay, we should be good now. So so let's try to run this code again. And this configuration is such that if we add Swagger, prefix/Swagger, so if we add Swagger to the back of our web service URL, so it's going to load up the Swagger documentation for us. So let's run the code again. So let's run the code again. And okay, so at the back of this, just put Swagger and hit enter, and voila, now we have Swagger documentation for our API. So you can send your request, and can you see it loads up your parameter variable. So per page, let's make 2 per page, and then current page 1. So execute. So this is it. This is our response. Current page 1, current page 1, items is McDonald's and all that data. It's okay. So same thing for hotel reviews. You can get all hotel reviews. We didn't actually do pagination for reviews, so you can do them on your own actually. So you can do them on your own. Um, so for reviews too, I want to add the hotel to the reviews object. So let me do that before we close this video, before we finish. So hotels controller, I want to come to get all reviews. I mean hotel reviews and the restaurant review. So hotel reviews controller. So I want to include them. So I want to include a dot include and dot include before the to list async, and I want to call it x, which is x dot the hotel. I mean hotel, right? Um, the hotel. Yeah, nice. So now, if we run it again, so I'll do the same for restaurant reviews too. Dot include. So if there are many like that, after the dot include, you can add another dot include or dot then include. So it works. So x dot restaurant, right? Restaurant property. So let's run again and look at this reviews again. So it will now have the hotel object here now, sort of. If all things being equal. Yeah. Okay, so our server is running. Okay, so swagger you can actually use the endpoint because it's the same. You can use the former guy. So /swagger will still load it up for you. So I'm going to use the former guy and hit this send again and issue. Okay, can you see the hotel now comes here now? So this review 1 is for hotel 1. Okay, and the hotel for review 2, the hotel object is now appearing. So nice. I mean, we could see it better in Postman. Okay, Postman is not responding. Get hotel reviews. Okay, so this is hotel review and the hotel is not appearing. It's no longer now. So guys, thank you. That's it for this tutorial. I hope you like it. Please like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends and families. And thank you. Thanks. So I'm going to put this on a repo actually, on my GitHub repository, and share the link in the description for you guys to have access to the code. So that's it. It's Faith. Thank you and bye. Cheers.